Alright, welcome to another day of Ether Raids. We are taking on a Camilla team here, and man, I am not equipped in this season to take on this sort of layout. This is a well-constructed defense in the sense that there isn't a... Unless you have the fence. If you have the fence, you can pretty much take this apart bit by bit with, just like a Lin team. But I do not have that for this season, or in general, it's not within my playstyle. So this is actually rather challenging for me to deal with, particularly. I think tanking was my best options of all of the ones that I could think of. There are a few gaps here, which would have made it easy to deal with, depending on the team composition that you brought. Sigurd is exposed, Camilla is exposed from melee range and range cav respectively, depending on who you want to go with. So you have options to get in. The problem is the front here. It would take a while to break the structures and give your team a space to go straight up and then attack, and then also the traps. So it would take a lot of configuring or organization, at least on the first turn, before you can actually go in and take down something like this with some type of Gale Force strategy, which is doable for a team like this. But unfortunately, I don't have that type of time. I would have to get it done on the first turn, and because of the anti-warp and the fact that I don't have any pass on any of my teams, it's just not going to be a possibility. So I'd have to pick between taking out Sigurd or taking out Camilla, and then trying to figure out how to deal with the other one on the following turns based off where they end up, and it's just not a great situation to be in. So yeah, we're just gonna hope that Red Neathogger can tank this Camilla, because I don't really have another play here. Unfortunately, I think if Sigurd goes first, then the AoE will just ruin me, and I won't have the chance. But I'm also just hoping that the range of this haste terrain is outside of where I'm placing this Neathogger, because that's the only spot that I have left if I can place her. I don't have any more safe spaces, unfortunately. I think it's 5 spaces, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hopefully she won't be able to warp there. That's what I'm hoping, but I don't know. I don't think that's going to be the case. Let's see. Okay, that's okay. Alright, do I live this? Should be able to, right? I'm red. But I'm red. 111 damage. That's unfortunate. Also, I was pretty buffed in terms of status effects, so that probably wasn't the best thing in the world to do, but then also not a lot of options there. At least we get Sigurd. Geez, this was and then also this defense has a really nice follow-up in terms of there's the warp. It has a really nice follow-up in terms of not falling apart completely after the first action, especially with Lucina there would have been a lot of shenanigans that you'd have to play around if you tried to hit and run this without the fence. Don't really have much of a plan for this Camilla, man. Not currently for this season. I'll figure it out hopefully by next week, but for now, let's chalk this one up. Good defense, man. Alright, here we go. We got a Lawrence here, Rayleigh, and this one should be pretty straightforward in comparison to that last one. Not a lot of options to take out, just straight up. I didn't expect her to do that much damage to Neathogger, to be honest. 111. I was at least hoping to survive the first hit and then, counterattack, but not even that, bro. That is, that's a lot of damage for weapon triangle disadvantage. It's like it didn't even matter. That was not the strategy that you really wanted to use on a map like that. But then again, not enough space to avoid her. Even if I was trying to think that I could probably break a structure and then step one up with Sita, but then I think it would have been within the range of the miasma, essentially within Camilla's range, and still I wouldn't have had a spot that I could have moved one over, and I think maybe I would have been safe. I don't know, it just felt risky. And then even if I were to do that, Sita does not win or is not able to tank a Camilla. She does not live that hit. So yeah, it's just not was not a great matchup for my team. I was just trying and it didn't work out. Other options were just to try and Gale Force it, which I probably could have done if I had the fence, but again, that is not my playstyle.
Leave it to me.
Yeah, really good defense in terms of like a specific counter to what I got going on. It really did counter me. But this is probably going to be a bit easier to deal with here. As you can see, I brought the Lin team. Don't think I'll be using Alm after this season. He is not my cup of tea in comparison to Bridget. And also not having the English voice lines is a bit of a drag for me. Yeah, not enjoying that. But yeah. 111 damage, man. I am that was very surprising. I didn't think it would be 99 even. I thought she'd be like, 60 something. Then maybe we could try to think about like how to survive a hit maybe. But 111, man, that was way more than I anticipated. She hits so hard. There's not a lot that we have in the game to really counter her aside from, Tiki. There are other units in the game that have party bearing built in, but there's a red Lucina that was the OG one. That was not Lucina, Lucia. She's no good anymore. She just dies because not enough damage reduction. And then the blue one, that's a bad weapon triangle matchup. She's gonna take a 99 to the face and die. So yeah, just tanking that Camilla is not a great strategy unless you're using Tiki. And then I've even found with Tiki, with debuffs, she just doesn't do well there. She really doesn't want to get, she wants all of her stats to be in the right places. So ironically, the close bonus doubler is really the best thing for her because it allows her to get stats on all of her stats. And that's really what she wants. But if you want to focus it down, I guess speed and defense are probably the best two options. But really the close bonus doubler works out well for her. The downside is that you need bonuses, and also you would need someone to neutralize penalties, because if bonuses, penalties, there has to be bonuses. So if you're getting red, if you're getting panicked, if anything, basically Freyr is our best friend for this Tiki if you're going to run her with her base kit. I did play a couple matches with her in SD and she worked out really well. No merges, which I was surprised by, but I don't even think the team that I built was all that great. Man, it is Friday and I do not have a team. I do not have 3 teams. I barely have 2. I have 1, and then okay, I have 2 teams, one with Sita and another with Alir. And then that's about it. I don't know what the other 2 teams are going to be like, man. I'm contemplating putting Larather on one of the teams, and just to have like an easy band bait. But then having a Larather team without Lin is kind of pointless. So,
leave it to me.
yeah, I don't know. Like I would need someone that has range equivalent to maybe Sakura plus Larather plus some range unit. Okay, all right, maybe there's something there. I'll think about that. And then the last team, you can just throw everyone else on. Jeez, man, I don't know. I'm not like fully into it. I feel like this is going to be the one where I just do 1 match and then honestly back out.
Close your eyes.
Maybe even just take a loss and then just back out. This doesn't feel like the one, man. But we'll see what I end up doing. There's still 2 whole days left. It's really because I'm working like every day, like this week. It's been, not the greatest time, so makes it a little bit harder to plan. Like my spirit. Well, that's not even the reason. I'm not feeling it. That's really what it boils down to. Let's get the pots and then get out of here. Got to get both pots since I missed one on the first day. Yeah, that is essentially it. I definitely feel like this is a brand new game. At least after Camilla. Yeah, it's a brand new game. Everything that we had before this is one of those meta spike moments where power spike moments where the game as you know it has definitely completely changed, and you gotta just relearn everything. How do you deal with this new problem? GG's, see you in the next one.